There's a Buddha birthday celebration in Missouri.
Meditation center Grace Lewis was founded in 1983. The temple serves as a teaching and practicing center of Buddhism according to the Theravada tradition, as well as a teaching center for Thai culture, tradition, and Thai language. Lastly, representatives of the Missouri Zen Center will be offering paper cranes. Cranes symbolize peace, and this offering will hopefully bring about.
Just another one I want to show you.
What's the bell for?
The bell.
The bell.
It gives a signal. This is like this bell. I have the bell. This is the signal before and after meditation. Have you seen this before? Really? Yeah. And we use this one at the temple every day. It gets a signal.
The signal? To start meditation?
Yeah, and while we do the ceremony, we use this one too. And sometimes we have the big bell too. This is what they call handheld bell.
Okay. It tells people when it's time to stop meditating or to start?
It gets to make a signal. Like in the piano, play piano, right? Or organ, right? Use this one. I carry it with me most of the time.
The churches have bells to make sure people don't fall asleep.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I talked to the priest, and so if people were asleep, it's to wake them up. In Catholic Church,
That's the bell. Yeah.
a little more note with your head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another one, let me show you this one here.
Like that.
Anyways, you see, this is what we call the Buddhist international flags that you can see in every Buddhist country. It is, and even here. This was adopted in 50. And this is the parade for the Silan Buddhists in New York. And of course, in most all the Buddhist center, have some kind of celebration in different ways. So, Amy, what do you have for the next one?
Covert.
Convert Buddhism Revelation. What do you have?
I did the Mahayan.
Oh, no, that's okay.
Yeah,
You
right
do
along
right.
with
That's
that.
okay. You do right. So what do you have then?
Oh, okay. So I was trying to distinguish between the ethnic and the convert, and the ethnic means, just for, I guess I should skip that though. Convert means that they're not necessarily born into Buddhism, so they're not, many of the countries that Theravada Buddhism is, there's hundreds of thousands of people all over the world practicing Buddhism, Theravada Buddhism, that have been converted by, from other religions. Henry Steele Olcott was the first American Buddhist, and he was Theravadan, and he was converted in 1875 or a little earlier, and they founded the Theosophical Society.
Yeah.
They were influenced by Hindu and Buddhist scriptures, and he became a Buddhist convert. There's many more converts, obviously, because anyone from, say, the United States or Britain or somewhere who wasn't born into Buddhism, they would be a convert of Buddhism because they weren't raised that way.
How about nowadays? You find information nowadays, people who practice the Ravada traditions. Why?
It
Why?
seemed to be there a lot more in the United States, to be a lot more Mahayana than Theravada. No?
Not around.
Oh, is it really?
Why? You know why?
Because of Vipassana? Yeah? Okay. Because Vipassana comes from Theravada. But then Zen comes from Mahayana, so I thought maybe more people were doing
No,
Zen.
up to now, not in Zen
Vipassana?
meditation is more widespread than the Zen.
Oh, it
The Zen
is?
is also back in the 20th century. Nowadays, Zen meditation is more popular. It's more civilized.
Okay.
And do you know why? Why is that?
Why is Vipassana more secularized?
But more popular among the American people who like to practice. You know why?
Is it easier?
Yeah, that's the point.
One's a little bit more strict than the other.
Yeah. What else? That's what you say. Because what happened?
Is it when you move the it's kind of like Roman Catholics, they're really, really strict, and then
That's a point.
Catholicism, and then it spreads out to different sects of
There's
religion.
no God at all. Especially in some meditation, you don't need to worship Buddha as a God. Right? And this is what we call the self-help, right?
Self-help, yeah. Yeah, that's very popular.
Yeah. You understand what now?
So it's like they took the religion part out, so it's more popular.
And there's some elements of religion there, but not much important than Mahayana and than the Vajrayana or Tibetan tradition. In Mahayana and Tibetan tradition, it requires more devotion. But here you don't need any kind of devotion. You don't need, this is just self-help. You do meditation, calm your mind. You do meditation for your health benefit. You do meditation for controlling your stress. That's all. You don't need to believe in Buddha. You don't need to believe in anyone's. And you can follow the practice.
Which is nice. I think that's why a lot of people moved away from religion.
That's the point. Because of course, some people they may be first rate in their traditions because some become problem. It's problem everywhere. Yes,
Can you explain that one more time, the difference between self-help and no God?
No, there's no difference.
Huh?
He's saying that goes together.
Oh, they go together? Okay. Okay, the difference between there's no religion.
What do you call? What do you call that one?
Yeah,
What's it called? The word? The word?
I don't
You
remember.
just told at the beginning, remember? Atheist.
It's easier.
Atheist.
Mhm.
People move away. He's
I
talking about
how
how
can spell
like,
it? I what?
Dravida,
Oh,
atheists.
Uh-huh.
Atheists, there we go.
Spell?
E-I-S-T.
I-E-S-T? Or S-T?
E-I.
And then agnostic too.
EI?
E-I-S-T.
Like,
Switch the I and E.
Oh, it's with the I?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
He's saying people here in America, they follow Buddhism a little bit better, or the type that he's talking about, because there's no God. It's just, they just go into meditation and they're helping themselves. They're soothing themselves without the pressures of having to, be under a God or something.
Conform to religious devotions.
Yeah.
Right.
Like go to church every Sunday and stuff. They do it on their own.
What do you mean the devotion? We studied before, right? Devotion, the faith, what happened? You need to believe in something else, right?
Right.
You need to make a conviction. You need to stick with that conviction. And what happened? Now
A lot of people don't like that.
why? Because a lot of problems in the churches, even in temple too. It's happened everywhere. It happened in any field, right? There's two sides of the coins, right? Good and bad points. And sometimes people, if they have strong conviction, they stay back with the tradition. Like in politics, right? People stick with Catholicism. Other people, they stick with communism. But sometimes they switch the side, right?
So this stays the same. You're saying this,
He's saying that's Vipassana.
huh?
Vipassana.
Asana.
No, Vipassana.
Vipassana, inside meditation. When you do meditation, you don't need to worship anyone else. You don't need to have the faith. You don't need to have the devotion, conviction. Accept yourself.
Once it's learned, once you learn
And you
how
have
to
yourself.
meditate,
And you can do meditation without any pressure, any times, any place. You don't need to go to church, you don't need to go to temple. You have more freedom, that's the point, right? For yourself. It's like McDonald's there, Burger King there, or all kind of fast food, all kind of restaurant there, but you have choice. Make sense? Of course, now the people prefer more choice than only one or two choices like in the past, right? So the more freedom people have, the easier for them to pick up the thing that they prefer the most. It's common sense. It's even in Buddhism too. And they used to tell the old people, I mean that the lay people that, well, the faith sometimes, if they could not maintain that kind of faith, it's not easy for them to follow the tradition. They have to have strong conviction, motivations. This one, if they could not do now, they may try again. Otherwise, it's okay. They can try yoga. They can go to the gym. They can go to YMCA. That's fine too. This is again in the sense that this is self-help. That's all. It makes sense, right?
and what is it, self-help, what is that called again?
It's
I mean, what is the title of it?
Vipassana. It's Vipassana.
Inside meditation. Remember we talked last time. Remember? Let me show you this clip. And you
It's
see
part of
what-
Theravada.
Part of
Part of Theravada.
yes.
Yeah, Theravada?
Yeah,
Okay.
Vipassana is part of it. It's just the insight
Yeah.
meditation part.
Okay.
And he's saying it's the most popular in the States because you can do the insight meditation without any religious practice.
Here you see this center run by the lay people.
Valley. And over 20 years, this community has
He's the
blossomed.
founder.
And so it's
Jack
become a
Confield
place
is
for
founder of
all
this
kinds of
center.
people to come back to and remember their heart, remember compassion, remember that they can be free.
It's a refuge. It It's a place for people who have busy, engaged lives to come, take some time out, and to reconnect with themselves.
Spirit Rock is a Buddhist meditation center in the Theravada tradition, and it has a very unique voice in the Dharma world. Not only does it have a retreat center that focuses on deep, long-term, silent retreat practice, but it also has this community center that's really about how do we integrate Dharma into our lives? How do we actually live this stuff in our relationships, our families, our work, just day-to-day lives?
Are you happy? Do you feel like you have healthy relationships? Are you doing the work you need to be doing in the world? Do you love well? These are questions to ask yourself. And people who tend to be so busy, which is most of us, honestly, don't have a chance to look inward. And Spirit Rock is a place where you can come and stop and see what's going on inside. And in that process, all sorts of transformation can happen.
It beats being neurotic, compulsive, contracted, obsessed with what's next, obsessed with what's happened before, and it creates a kind of openness to be really responsive to ourselves, responsive to life, to think clearly, to speak clearly, to act in ways that are sensitive.
Have you ever noticed the way that you might ask your mind to do something that doesn't do it? You ever noticed how often the mind is just running like a tumble dryer? Same old thoughts. There's some study that says we think about 65, 70,000 thoughts a day, and like 90% of them we had yesterday.
I mean, most of us are so disconnected from our sense of who we actually are. And so because of that, we act in ways that are harmful to ourselves and to others. We anesthetize ourselves with this whole busy lifestyle. But if we were just to sort of turn around and stop and see what's going on, we might be surprised what we find. We might begin to develop a healthy relationship with ourselves.
The benefit is that you're connecting with a...
Okay, now here. Let me go back to the clip that just showed you. Look. Let me just see. Anyways, okay, anyway, so let me put it this way. In Asia, or even in Roman Catholic, right, the monk, the priest, are central figures in the temple, in the church, right? They don't hold the show, right? But now the West, the reverse pattern. Here, Spirit Rock, they follow the revelations. They run by themselves. And even here, there's some lady, Ashley, another lady, go to Blueville Mindfulness Living Center. These are very related people. And I think that's the spirit of American people nowadays because they want to be free from worshiping or from following some kind of rule. As a teacher, a priest, you understand that? So that's the trend that secularize the practice of Buddhism. Even in the sense they still follow the Buddhist principle. You understand that? But in the practice it's more geared toward the lay people. You see the difference to the tradition in contrast with each other, right? That's why especially this kind of insight meditation is so popular. And this one, they consider themselves as Buddhist center. And most of them, of course, they go there, they consider themselves Buddhist. Of course, some of them they may not. I have met them when I was in California. And remember I told you about the stress-based, mindfulness-based stress reduction, remember? this one, again, they don't claim themselves follow this one here. I told you, John Carpins. Just watch this one first, and you see and understand why this one is more popular in the West.
That's not wear under carpet. That's dirt. Creeping in. Send it running. Resolve high traffic foam. Its full power removes 3 times more dirt than vacuum alone. All bone neutralizing pet odors. Don't just vacuum clean. Resolve clean.
I'm here with my friend Tavadra. Tavadra, what is mindfulness-based stress reduction?
Well, mindfulness-based stress reduction oil is called MBSR. It's an approach to mental health that was developed in the States by John Kabat-Zinn in Massachusetts in the late 70s. And initially, it was used to help people with chronic pain, people that the doctors had tried to help through surgery, through medication. But these people were still struggling, they were still in pain, they were still upset, they were still really facing a real challenge with their illnesses. And Kabat-Zinn used some approaches that he'd learned from some of his Buddhist teachers, meditation, yoga, to really help people. And so he established, really for the first time in the West, a whole approach to medical care that was based on methods that originally were used in the Buddhist tradition.
You hear that? You hear that? So, inside meditation or mindfulness, mindfulness by stress reduction. That's the root. That's root from Buddhism. But they want to take out of the religious elements and use mindfulness as the ways or the tools to help people how to cope with their stress, anxiety, and so forth. That's why it's so widespread. And that's the purpose of Buddhism too. So again, to be monks and nuns, yes, we do voluntarily, no one forces us. And of course, it requires some kind of devotions. For us, yes, for me, I devoted my life when it comes for practicing myself, plus to share my Buddhist knowledge with other people. But for lay people, yes, they have all kinds of obligations, right? Like you go to school, schoolwork, family obligation, and so forth. Even they may have times to practice or to share with other people. This is some kind of limitation. But one day, the lay people, they still devote their times in life, like the one who run the centers, meditation center or mindfulness-based instruction. So you see, that's why, yes.
So a lay person is a person that's not a monk or a nun.
Yeah.
It's a lay person.
Yeah, like this person, you can follow 5 precepts, or even that's up to you. This is just the moral conduct as human. It's common sense, right? No killing, no stealing, no misconduct, no lying. Universal, right? Everywhere. And if you commit to yourself, you won't be allowed to say this kind of human community, common sense, right? But for the monks and nuns, for the priests, they take more vows, but they can, depending upon their devotion, on their provision. They take more time, still more effort. But again, because at the beginning, the Buddha did not want to establish any religious tradition. You understand that?
You do not want to establish any what?
Religious tradition.
Religious, okay.
So that's why now that people pick up the essence of Buddhism, that's meditation, how to cope, how to deal with life, without any kind of worship, without any kind of confusion, without any kind of belief. You understand that? That's the approach of American people or people in the West. So you will see, if you visit any Buddhist center, you see this especially from ethnic group like Vietnamese, Chinese, Korean. Korean, Sri Lankan, and so forth. You see, this is all the cultures aspect that tie with that kind of immigrants or ethnic groups. But in some meditation, you see that they push out everything. Understand now? So that they can focus on what they call meditation. And that's great. For me, that's great too. Everyone has different views, different approach. Because we have different needs to ourselves. Okay. All right, so the next one, number 3, please. Now, what do you have? Are you in room number 3?
Yeah, I couldn't remember which one I did, but
Yeah, Mahayana?
yeah, I think I did the convert Buddhism.
Oh, that's okay. So that, if that's the case, is that in Mahayana too? Okay. Anyone does number 3?
Yeah, I read a little bit.
Okay, yeah, please share if you have it.
Ethnic Mahayana Buddhists are from, I wrote down all the countries, from China, Vietnam, Korea, and Japan. Or they were born into this tradition. So their ancestry is from one of those countries.
Yeah.
And then it goes into immigrant. Basically, that's what it means, though, is that you're from one of those countries. You're either from China, Vietnam, Korea, Japan, or your family was from there, and that you practice Buddhism because it was passed down to you as a tradition in your family.
Yeah, let me show you this clip, and you see why. This is the Buddha birthday celebration at my master temple in Ukiah, not part of California.
Ukiah, California?
Yeah.
Why are they walking? Why are they walking?
They walking to because too many people, so they have to walk up in line before they offer the incense to the Buddha.
Okay.
There's too many. They right there. See that? Okay, so you see that? Okay. So this is, you see, with my own experience, it's many years I tried to mix 2 groups. I failed. You know why? Why? It's not easy. I'm standing between. I understand both traditions. Especially in our Vietnamese or Asian Buddhist traditions, we have different mentality from American people, and vice versa. When I talk with them, I talk in different ways. Of course, in this sense, it's similar, it's the same, but in different way from American people. Why? Because they have set up belief, set up conviction. You understand that? And you is different. So I tried many times, I could not. So of course I can speak bilingual on the spot, but I could not mix together because one is geared toward conviction, another one geared toward freedom. You understand that? It's not easy.
That's why they always tell you not to talk about politics or religion with anybody.
You came to my temple, you see, right? And in our temple, in our tradition, even in the church, right, tend to do more celebration, tend to do more ceremony and so forth. Elaborate ceremony is a tradition. But here is quite different. Unless you follow the Tibetan traditions, you do more ceremony. Yes, sir.
Let me ask you, what do you think about when they heal people in the church, like they touch them and they heal them?
Again, this is the faith. I did the belief, the faith. So accept the people. If they have strong faith and conviction, they can be healed. That's okay. That's just everything in Buddhism is come from the mind. If you have strong mind, you have strong belief, you can be healed. That's why my mindfulness deal with your mind. To overcome your stress, to overcome your even physical illness too.